Dana?
Sister Sis.
I tried to call you today, Dana. You were busy. I wanted to check on Auntie. Hi, Sherry. All right. It is 3 o'clock. It's time to get started. Hi, everybody. How are you? Today, we're going to be making the Kielbasa Smoked Sausage and spicy black bean soup. It can be spicy or not. I'm not going to make mine spicy today because we've been having a lot of spices. The kids are like, ooh. Grandma's making a lot of hot food. So, today, the music is by me again, Pamela Chris, by The Taste of CoShe's. And I'm going to do these beans 2 ways for you guys. And I'm going to show you a 3rd way, okay? So, I'm going to wash my hands, and we're going to get it. We're going to get it. So, let me get my hands washed. And then we can get started. Grab the towel. So if we look over here, you guys, because when I'm doing the canned version of this, you want to pre-cook your carrots. So see the carrots are in there? They're pre-cooking, so we're going to get back to those, okay? So let's do that. And I'm going to set this down. So when you make your beans from scratch, I like to use these, okay? And I opened it up so I can show you what they look like. These are the black beans, okay? So I'll set these down here. Now what you want to do is you want to rinse your beans off first, and then you want to go through them. If they have any rocks in them, you want to pick out the rocks. And you want to pick out the bad beans. Now usually those beans will float to the top. You guys see that? And so you just throw those away, because you don't want to cook those. Those will never get soft. All right? So when we cook those, which I already have some ready for you, you want to put them in your nice pot here, and you're going to let those beans soak in cold water for 3 to 5 minutes. I mean, not 3 to 5 minutes. Take that back. For 24 hours in cold water before you cook them. If you want to cook them faster than that, then you're going to soak them in hot boiling water, okay, for 3 to 5 minutes. And then you can go ahead and start cooking them, okay? And I'm going to show you what those look like. And when you cook your beans in here, and you cook them slowly, okay, see that, you guys? Look at that. See that? See that? Isn't that pretty? So they're gonna get thick on you. You take the lid off for a while, and I have the instructions on how to cook them all the way from scratch for you guys. And it's so easy, okay? So that's what they look like when you cook them from scratch. I'm gonna lid that back up. Now you can also, instead of sitting here babysitting them like this, you can put them on at night before you go to bed. And you do it exactly the same way. You put it in your crock pot here. Okay, if you have a crock pot. And you'll set this, and you'll go here and you'll set this for like 12 hours. You put everything in there and tell it good night. And about 2 hours later, it'll start smelling all good and delicious in your home. And when you wake up in the morning at around 9 o'clock, these babies are ready, okay? Another way to do them. Then you know, I always say if you want to have your rice with it, you get your rice cooker and you put it in here in your rice cooker. And remember, you're going to make that water touch the tip here, and you bring your water up this high and close it and cook it. That's how you measure in a rice cooker. Now if you're going to do it on the stove, well, then you're going to use 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice, okay? Bring it up to a boil and bring it down. All right, y'all, let's get cooking. So, this is the quick version, okay? So, the quick version is, and I'm going to pull all this off here. Get all this off. Because, yes. You don't have to slave making beans all night. They come out the same. They taste the same. They're absolutely delicious. Okay, get my garlic ready. And we're going to get this going because I want you guys to know all 3 ways to make these, because it's really dependent on how much time you have. Thank you, Dad. And get it done that way. Now you could grill your sausage and brown it first, or you don't have to. It's up to you. I'm not going to brown this one, okay? So I'm going to turn my pot on. Let me get my pot on a medium high, okay? And then the first thing I'm going to do, since I cut up my onion and I cut up my bell pepper and my carrot. And my carrot, I cut it down the center, then I cut it down again until I quartered it, and then I chopped it. Nice pieces, about like this. You don't want it to disappear in your food, okay? So now that these are soft, and we're gonna check them, and I'll explain. I'm gonna get a little fork here. And we're gonna check that. Check that and make sure it's soft, and it is. Now you see the carrot? So the carrot is round, so you cut it in half, and then you cut those halves in halves, and then you cube it, okay? And now this is a soft carrot. So now that that's soft, it doesn't take long for your onion and your bell pepper to get done, okay? So we're gonna turn the fire up to high, and what I do with this is it takes 1 cup of chicken broth and 1 cup of vegetable broth. So I just go ahead and cook the carrot already in the broth. You see? Don't do water, not in this. So then we're gonna add the bell pepper, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add in the onion, just like that. We're gonna give it a little stir, and then turn the fire up, and then we'll let this start cooking in here as well, okay? Until the onions are a little transparent, okay? That's all you want to do. And we'll turn this up to high, put the lid back on it, and we'll let it do what it do. Now, when you're cooking the canned beans, I use this. These are my canned beans that I use, and any brand will do. I do not drain them, okay? Do not drain your beans. The size of the can, it varies. So you want to be on the big can, okay? This is my Las Palmas. But you see, this is about a 12 to 13 ounce can. So it's the larger can. I'll show you the difference. So you have an idea You got a small can and a large can. You see that? So you want the large can and you want 2 of them when you're gonna cook for the family. Okay? So you're not gonna drain your beans. So pull this off. And you're gonna take these beans and we're gonna pour them right over there in the pot. Because remember, these beans are already cooked. And you see that goodness in there? You want that goodness, see that? Because that helps to thicken your beans. Okay, so we're gonna get those down in there. And when you cook these, it's only a matter of like maybe 30 minutes, okay? And dinner's ready. And these are for the moms that just don't have time, okay? Then you're gonna take your vegetable broth and pour it in there. Because remember, our chicken broth is over here. Get this up. Then we're gonna put our seasoning in here. We're gonna put our salt, our pepper, our sugar. And the exact same thing is also in these beans, okay? Our cumin, okay? This is what cumin looks like. This is cumin, okay? And then we're gonna get our garlic in here. And I like crushed garlic, minced garlic. And we're gonna get this all stirred up in our pot. We're gonna let all of this marry. Bring it up to a boil, okay? And then your sausages are pre-cooked. Now, usually when you make your beans fresh, and I'll show you, and you put your sausage in to your black beans. That's why I say you don't have to fry them if you don't want to. If you see here, it turns your sausage black. You see that? It'll turn them black. Okay. So now we're gonna get these sausage over here too. And we're gonna drop these in here. And stir them in there, and then we're gonna let this come up to a boil. I'm gonna put a lid on it. Change out my my spoon here. And get it all stirred in here, just like this. Let that come up to a boil. Put my lid on here. There we go. Now the sausage I use is this one. Okay? And I just slice them on angles, or you can slice them round. It just depends on your, you know, what you like. If you want them on an angle, if you want them round. You can even cube them. Okay? So now while that's coming up to a boil, let's check on this. Now you see our onions are starting to get a little transparent in here. I mean, because you would like a little bite. Oh, and I meant to tell you that when you're cooking your beans from scratch, especially in a crock pot, wait an hour before you put this in, your vegetables, okay? And that way they don't disappear in your soup. Okay? So this is almost ready. We're just going to get this up to a boil and get it hot because remember it is already cooked. And I'm going to test it for the taste and see if it needs anything. So I personally don't think it needs anything. It just needs to get hot. So that's what we're waiting on. I'm going to check my bell pepper and my onion. And I like the way they feel. So I'm going to turn this fire off here. And I'm going to send these over now. I'm going to put those in here. And that will help that come to a boil. Okay? Then we're going to give it a little stir. Wow, look at that, you guys. See? Isn't it so pretty and colorful? It really is. Now we're going to get this up to a boil. Shouldn't take long. And I want you to get a potato masher out because then I want you to mash up some of your beans. Okay? And the reason you mash up some of your beans is so that you can thicken them. Okay? Thicken, it helps to thicken your soup. So we're gonna grab some of the beans out and put them up here. But we're gonna put the vegetables and the meat back. And this is what anytime you're cooking a bean, like if you're making red beans, and we're gonna make some red beans and rice, and I've done them exactly the same way, both ways. You don't have to pull it out, okay? You don't have to pull them out. You can leave them in and do it in, okay? You don't have to pull them out and do it that way. And just do it like that for now. So I'll bring that over here, okay? And I'll try and move these out to the side, like that. Get them out my way, because we don't want to smash those. Okay? Now you know, get them down. Just a couple of them. There we go. That's good enough. Now, you take your potato smasher and you mash your beans. You see them coming out? See that? And what this does is that bean comes out that hole, and that is the thickening agent for your beans. And the same when you cook them from scratch. You'll do the same thing. It doesn't take a lot. Just a little, just like what we have here. You just mash them up. This is cooking 101, y'all. Slide this off of our masher. Because you do not want to put cornstarch in your beans. That would surely change the taste of your beans. You don't need flour in your beans. You don't need cornstarch in your beans. All you need is a little muscle, and just mash them just like this yourself. Push it down. And these little potato mashers are a fabulous tool to have in your kitchen. Okay? Now, we got this down. And if we look over there, our beans are starting to boil. Y'all see that? And I'm going to show you the before. Because when you're cooking your beans from scratch, if you leave the lid off for 30 minutes, they thicken. And these will too. That's why we kept everything in them. Okay, you see this? See how it is right now? So now we're gonna go ahead and add this back in here. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Here we go. Now we're going to stir this back in just like this. Did I get me? I probably did. I'm always messing myself up. Okay. Now while this is going, we're going to get plated up. Okay. Let that thicken up a little bit. And we're going to come over here and we're going to get some rice and we're going to get ready. Get this rice on. How's it looking over there, Dad?
Looking good.
All right. Look at that. So you guys were thickening up over here. See that? Getting thicker. And now I'm gonna plate up. Now these are, I didn't heat these up all the way. So I'm gonna take some of those and some of those and put them together so we can plate up. Because I want to get plated. We'll do it this way. We'll have the best of both worlds, huh? So we can get moving. Do just like this. And mix them. Because you know what? I'm going to have to mix them up to store them anyway because I got a lot of beans. I'm going to get this wiped off. Now I made some sourdough bread to go with my beans because it is just really good with now you don't have to have rice with this if you guys don't want rice. You really don't. You can just have the beans with the sausage, okay? Get my plate cleaned up. So it looks pretty for you guys. Okay? And then we have a little parsley. I like to chop up and sprinkle around. Okay? Then you want to make the plate look pretty, you can put a larger piece of parsley in there, okay? And that is how you make black beans with sausage 3 ways. 3 ways, okay? I like to dip my toast in my bread. That's really good. This is good, you guys. Give me some rice. And some black beans. You guys can even fry your black beans. You just pull some out, grill your onion, a little sugar. And then it's so good that way too. You want some?
Yeah, I'll take some of that.
One some.
They look so good.
Have some.
Taste a little bit of that.
There's your bread.
Oh, that was very good.
This is dinner for us tonight, guys.
Absolutely delicious.
I want you guys to try it. I want you to try it both ways. Try it from scratch. They absolutely taste the same. Either way you do it, because you're using the same seasoning. Either in the can or the crock pot or the big pot on the stove, okay? If you're gonna cook them on the stove, they take about, I'd say 3 to 4 hours cooking them on the stove. And then remember, you take the lid off the last 30 minutes to thicken them. The crock pot, remember, overnight, about 12 hours, because this is slowly cooking it, okay? And then in the can, well, you saw that, about 30 minutes, okay? And that's our show for us today. Now, next Wednesday, I want you guys to know we're going to do liver and onion fried in, smother it in gravy, okay? Got a request for that. My mom said, oh my gosh, I haven't had liver and onions in I don't know how long. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then this Friday, I have a pop-up for a seafood salad. So we're going to get that done too. All right? So we did Up on the Block. We did for Friday's pop-up. The music is by me. I want to thank everybody for coming and supporting and the new ones. And I want to thank the old ones for coming and supporting, because without you, I wouldn't be here. And I love doing this instructional. I want you guys to know, the new people, after every show, I put the recipes up in the top of the comments after the show, okay? You guys enjoy. I hope you try this dish and it inspires you to do other things with it. Don't forget, every Wednesday at 3 p.m. we do a live show. And if we get a request, we do a pop-up on Friday, okay? But you gotta request it. I think that's it. Did I miss something, Dad?
I think you covered everything.
Hey, you guys, don't forget to share out the lives, okay? And leave me some hearts. I want to know if you like the food. Leave me some comments. Leave me some hearts. That way I know. Should I cook this kind of food or should I cook other kind of food? You know, it's up to you. I cook whatever you guys want, okay? Well, enjoy your week. I shall see you Friday. And this is our black bean soup for today. Y'all come back now, you hear? Yes. Hi, Cousin Alan. Hi, Santa. Hi, Mark. Hi, Nina. Hi, everybody. Thank you for watching.